It started with a vision for how the internet should work, how it could work.
It really should be possible for anyone to just kind of wave their hand and carve out a piece of cyberspace and create a world of their own.
But the technology to achieve such a vision simply did not exist.
There's no way that you can have really high throughput and also have all these security and fairness properties. I was able to convince myself it's not possible. And I set it aside, and it would come back and haunt me, and it would keep nagging at me. And so I would pick it up again and set it aside again. And this kept going for years.
3 years later, Lehman had a breakthrough, the hashgraph consensus algorithm. In 2015, Manson Lehman founded Swirlds to battle test the algorithm in private permissioned environments. And the following year, Lehman published the technical paper. But in order to realize the vision of a fairer, more secure digital future for all, the world needed a trust layer, a public ledger built on hashgraph.
Okay, it looks like we are down to the final seconds here.
3, 2, 1. Open access.
The network is open. As of this moment, we have council member nodes online, ready to take transactions from anyone, anywhere in the world.
Since open access, Hedera has witnessed exponential growth on the network, with billions of real-world transactions, hundreds of applications, and tens of thousands of ecosystem developers. The Hedera Council has gone from strength to strength, growing to 29 members on 6 continents, stewarding the network responsibly and ensuring its longevity for generations to come. Hello, future.
Hello, Hedera community, and hello, future, and welcome to the January 2025 community call. I'm so excited to have everybody here today, and so excited to have all of these amazing speakers with me today on stage. So today we have an amazing lineup. We're going to be talking about the upcoming events in Denver, as well as the hackathon tied to that. We'll also be going over a cool new feature called the Developer Playground. We'll be talking about AI agents and AI in DeFi. So we have a lot of very interesting topics to cover today. Before we get into it, I will just cover a few ground rules, housekeeping here. So as usual, we are live on X, LinkedIn, and YouTube. For the audience, you can post comments to whatever channel you're watching from, and we can see the comments. And so if you have any questions for us, you can let us know, and we will answer them if we want to. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start off with Allison. So Allison, hello, welcome. Can you please give us a brief introduction of yourself and then just get right into what you want to share with the community today?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Mika, and hi, everyone. My name is Allison, and I'm an events manager at Hashgraph. Super excited to be here and share a little bit about Hederacon and EthDenver with you guys. So Hederacon is happening this year on February 25th in Denver, Colorado. And it's the first major user conference since 2018. And it's a free full-day event at an after party, bringing together our community, developers, business leaders, builders, and industry pioneers in one place in Denver. And so at Hederacon, there will be 2 tracks for everyone to attend. There is a main stage track that will dive into industry-wide thought leadership sessions, including AI and the future of Web3, tokenization in the digital age, and consumer engagement strategies in blockchain. The other track, which is the technical track, is for any developers, builders, and tech enthusiasts to cover more deep dive and hands-on topics, including things like Hedera's road to EVM equivalents, block streams and block nodes, and building for scalability and performance in blockchain. So we've got an awesome lineup of speakers planned. Some of our confirmed speakers include our co-founders, Mance and Lehman, Charles from the HBAR Foundation, Mei Chan of Hashpack, Jessica Holgrave of Reown, Roham Garagozlu of Dapper Labs, and many more. So more speakers are being announced in the coming weeks on our website, so please stay tuned and be sure to check out the Hederacon website. So why should you come? Hederacon is the perfect opportunity for you to learn directly from some of the most influential people in the Hedera ecosystem and beyond. You'll hear what's next for the network and also get the chance to meet others who share similar passions in the space. We'll also be giving away exclusive Hederacon swag at the conference, and signing up is really easy. Just head to hedera.com/Hederacon to register a free ticket and come get some really cool Hedera swag. Plus, if you're still feeling the groove after the conference, we're hosting an after party at Meow Wolf in Denver, because what's a great event without an even greater after party? We've got an awesome lineup of DJs to be announced, and it will be a super fun way to wrap up the day, have fun, and just keep the energy going. And so if you also are planning to attend the EthDenver conference, please feel free to stop by the Hedera booth at Build a Week and also at the main conference and say hello to the Hedera team. So as you probably know, we've been cooking up some pretty attractive bounties for the hackathon, and the conference booth will be a great place to hang out for the rest of the week. And so I personally am really excited for Hederacon and EthDenver, and I hope you are too. It's going to be an amazing day to celebrate how far we've come together as a community and look ahead to what's to come in the future. And again, if you haven't yet, make sure to check out hedera.com/Hederacon, and hope to see you all in Denver on February 25th.
Awesome, Allison. Thank you so much for the updates. I posted the link to register for Hederacon in the YouTube comments, so you can also head there for the link. So you and the team has done such an incredible job organizing this event. I'm super excited for it. One thing I'm really excited about is the after party, which will be at Meow Wolf. Can you tell us a little bit about the venue, just because I'm very excited about it, and I'm sure the community will also be excited to hear about this awesome venue.
Sure, yeah. So Meow Wolf is this really cool art museum where it's a really immersive space where you go in and it's filled with art pieces from artists. I'm assuming it's all over the country or even all over the world. I went in a little bit during my site visit and it was super cool. You got really cool music and artifacts, and it just feel like you're in a different dimension. And so our after party is going to be held in that space, starting from 9 p.m. Right after the Hederacon conference, which is at another location. And so I would definitely recommend, if you still have your energy up, to go to Meow Wolf. It is not far from downtown Denver, and just check it out yourself, and also be able to network and have fun with other people in the ecosystem.
Thank you. And how do you register for the after party? Is it the same link as Hederacon?
We will be sending out a separate link for the Hedera after party. So for the main link, it would be hedera.com/Hederacon. That will also get you to that link. And then we will follow up with the after party link at a later time.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for the updates, Allison. Looking forward to Denver. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So in Denver, we also will have a hackathon and we will have bounties. So Ed, can you please talk to us about the bounties and hackathon in Denver?
Absolutely, Mika, and hello, everyone. Very happy to be here sharing the stage with this incredible lineup of speakers and sharing this time and space with our community as well. So Allison did a great job covering all the plans and all the opportunities that we'll have at EthDenver at Hederacon. And when it comes to opportunities for developers, we are going to participate in that week-long hackathon that takes place at the conference. And so we have prepared 3 bounties or 3 challenges for devs to participate. We'll be giving out $50,000 total in prizes. And so we'll be opening up opportunities for devs to get started with Hedera. So build their first application, try out the services that the network has. And so we're giving out about 5 prizes for that category where people can just build something that is easy, approachable, and friendly for all kinds of devs and including beginners. The other bounty that we have is focused on EVM builders. So folks that want to leverage our smart contract service, whether it's by cross-deploying applications and also coming to Hedera, or leveraging and testing the integrations that we've built out on the network throughout the past year. So, if an application uses the HTS system contracts or integrations with bridges and oracles, those are qualified submissions that we really look forward to seeing in that EVM category. So that'll be about $20,000 total in prices. And then for our final category, and our biggest one, is going to be around AI and agents. So for those devs who are interested in this intersection of artificial intelligence and crypto and Web3, that's going to be an incredible opportunity to build, to test, to bring their compelling solutions and to build them on the network. And so I'm going to let Jay and Ash later in the session tell us a lot more about what we're doing regarding agents, our intersection with AI. So I see a very bright area of opportunity there. So we'll cover that at a later portion. But yeah, those are the opportunities we have for devs regarding the hackathon. When it comes to the booth at the conference, we're going to have an incredible, beautiful booth for all kinds of conversations, from business conversations to technical conversations as well. So we'll have dev stations where we'll be highlighting some of the AI work and agent work that we're doing, as well as highlighting the onboarding journey and onboarding experience for devs that right there at the booth. One of the things we're going to highlight is going to be also that developer playground that we announced yesterday. And I'm very excited about this playground, having it, on display there at the conference, and also having that opportunity to speak to devs about what we're doing in the AI and just in general in the crypto space.
Awesome, Ed. Thank you so much. There's a lot of opportunities for everybody to get involved in the hackathon around Hedera for beginners and advanced developers too. So yeah, make sure you sign up for that and come see the team for if you have any questions or if you want guidance for the bounties at the hackathon. So Ed, you've launched the developer playground. Can you talk to us a little bit about it and maybe give us a little demo?
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to talk about it. And I'm even happier to show you what that playground actually looks like. So this is an open source web-based interface that allows people to start building applications and start learning Web3 without installing anything right there on a web browser. And so for those Web2 devs that are looking to jump into Web3, I think this is a fantastic tool to help bridge that gap and facilitate that learning process. And even if you're an experienced Web3 dev, if you're an existing Hedera developer in our ecosystem, it's just going to speed up your experimentation, your prototyping, your testing of your best ideas, because you can easily create these simple code snippets and execute them, or also combine them into more complex flows. And so I'm super excited to bring this to the ecosystem. So what you see here is right now I'm on a browser. So if you go to portal.hedera.com/playground, this is what you're going to find. And it's integrated with the Hedera developer portal that already existed there. So it's all in one place where you can also see the faucet and the dashboard. And, here I'm logged in here. So this is taking the credentials for my testnet account ID already that are from the portal. So you see here that it also supports the 2 key systems supported by the Hedera ecosystem. So always, I like to work with the ECDSA keys. And right now we're offering support for 2 of the most popular languages in our SDK, in terms of our SDKs, JavaScript and Java. And so you can easily switch between those 2. I'm just going to stay with JavaScript for the purpose of this demo. Another set of capabilities that I love is just the ability to share your code with friends and colleagues right there, copy paste it, or even download your application. And just so you can see how easy it is, I'm going to start creating flows or transactions here right on the browser. And so in this case, I'm just going to create a new account ID. And so it's as easy as adding the code snippet that you want, and hitting that execute button. And here you see the output as well. And so very easy to also clean the last action or clear the canvas or the code editor and start all over again, experimenting, testing your new idea. So let's see if we want to create a new consensus topic. that's something that we could do. We can also submit a message to that topic. And so it makes the experimentation with our different services very easy. So just with 2 clicks, I was able to create a new topic, submit to that, and then I can see the information in our Network Explorer, which is Hashcan. So it's really right there, facilitating the learning, the exploration, and the inspection of those results. And another thing that I like is if you're not too familiar with a service, you can always look at these icons and they'll point you to the documentation so that you can experiment but also learn and reference the documentation for that particular transaction or particular flow that you're trying to do. So what you see here is that we support different transactions and queries, different utilities for different services like scheduled transactions, our smart contract service, the Hedera token service, consensus service, and of course accounts and HBAR. So I see a lot of possibilities. I see a very easy onboarding process here for new devs, and I also see great opportunities to expand on the foundation that we've created here in collaboration with the Kabila team. This was a collaboration with one of our teams in our community, and so yeah, I see more languages being added. I think we also have a great opportunity to bring this kind of flow and easy onboarding to smart contract development and Solidity development. So stay tuned for all those things. And if you have any feedback, please feel free to share that through Discord or on GitHub as well, where we have the repository for this playground. So I'll leave it there. If there are any questions, always happy to take those in social media or on Discord as well.
This is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And what a great tool for developers to get familiar with Hedera and how it works. Amazing job on building that out to you and the team. Awesome. Okay, let's move on. We have another topic that we will cover today. And this has been kind of a hot topic in the industry recently. This is the topic of AI and also specifically AI agents. And so for this, I don't think I can put 2 people front and center. So I'll leave everybody laid out as they are. But we have Jay and Ash who are going to talk to us about AI agents. So AI agents are the hot topic, and both of you are very familiar with them and have done some work with them. So can you first tell us, for anybody who might not be familiar, what exactly are AI agents?
Yeah, I'll take a stab. AI agents are effectively using, for all intents and purposes, using a large language model like ChatGPT, but rather than just a prompt and response, an agent can actually go and do something for you. So maybe have your cat jump up on your desk as you're trying to explain AI agents. One moment. Sorry about that. For example, in Web3, maybe you can ask your AI agent to go create a token for you, or to do a swap for you, or to change the key on your account, or go create an NFT collection, or really anything that you can think that you would do in Web3. I think eventually your interface to do that, rather than using your wallet or maybe somebody's dashboard, you're just going to ask your AI agent to do it for you. And then that AI agent is going to have the intelligence to not only understand what your intention is, what you want to do. Ash wants to swap 100 USDC for HBAR. It's going to be able to know what you want to do, but find how to do it, find a route or build a transaction to satisfy that on chain for you. So, this has got me really excited because it is to my knowledge, the first macro trend that crypto gets to participate in, rather than being a macro trend that we as a ecosystem or community are trying to create ourselves. We had DeFi, we had NFTs, we had all these things, DAOs. We are now in the mix of a much larger wave of innovation and playing our part in it. And yeah, that's really exciting. Jake, I'll throw it over to you before, to talk about the agent kit and what we're building.
Yeah. I mean, so as Ash was mentioning, it's sort of we've had a massive technological leap forward from going to non-AI, not specifically non-generative AI to generative AI. That feels so long ago now. I mean, I know
It
I'm
does.
totally yeah. And but naturally that next progression, generative AI, large language models, they have a limitation in the sense that if you take them in the raw form, it can't do a Hedera transaction. So you need to give it that framework to say, right, this is this is the data for Hedera. This is sort of the function that would need to be called. These are the arguments, and I think that ties in nicely to the Hedera agent kit. So that's one of the.
So before sorry to interrupt you, before we jump into that, just can you explain what the difference is between an AI agent and like a bot or like a chat GPT type wrapper? Because I hear a lot of people making those comparisons. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you can shine some light on that.
So I think fundamentally they have the same. It's the same technology which is powering the two. It's just with the AI agents, you're adding some more tools in its tool set. So you can sort of think of it as what's a good analogy to bring up mind. I mean,
It's like the difference between an old school like chat bot that you would go to someone's website and you had to follow the exact script that they wrote, right? It's like if you didn't say the right things, the bot would be like beep bot beep, I don't understand what you're saying. Whereas with an AI agent, it actually has a brain, it has intelligence. It can figure out and deduce what your intention is that you want to do. You don't have to follow a path that's already been defined for you.
Yeah, and it's almost like, again, the large language model is what makes it possible. So having that generative AI understand the intent without it needing to go through an exact yes no decision
Yeah.
tree, that's what powers it. But what separates your chatbots like ChatGPT, and bearing in mind a lot of these chatbots, ChatGPT, Perplexity, all of it, they are bringing in agentic features in, so they're becoming more like agents day by day. But the key difference is, as opposed to it being text in, text out, or text in, photo out, it's text in, and let's call an external API like the Hedera SDK, or let's call the popular one now is ordering a pizza. Let's call the Domino's API, so that a large language model can understand, right, this user wants to have a pizza. Okay, well, if I've got this tool set. One of those tools is calling that pizza API. So I'm going to understand that the person wants a pizza. Okay, let's look into my tool set. I need to give the pepperoni and I need to give the address. And then boom, it sort of then hands it off to existing technology, APIs and that sort of stuff. But that's something which inside of a black box, a large language model couldn't do, because it doesn't have a way of necessarily communicating outward. So it's bringing that tool set in and allowing it to understand the intent to then use the tool correctly.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for clarifying that. There's something else I'd like to touch on. So as Ash mentioned before, this is the first macro trend that crypto gets to participate in. This is a trend that is sweeping across the entirety of the tech industry. And what's interesting about it is that these AI agents are actually crypto native, right? So I think one of the first most popular AI agents, I think all of the popular AI agents are just using crypto. And what we're seeing right now, which I don't know if either of you can touch on, we're seeing sort of like an economy being created between these AI agents, where some of these AI agents are actually going out and commissioning other AI agents with crypto, with actual monetary value, to do tasks for them. So I don't know if you all have heard of that, and if maybe you can touch on that as well, because it's like it's creating a whole new economy within the crypto industry.
Yeah, I can take a stab, then I'll throw it back over to you, Jay. I think it's important to note two things here. Yes, there is a new type of digital user that is non-human that we and everyone else needs to be prepared to onboard. This is an AI intelligence. I think it's best to look at these new users as a type of digital microorganism, if you will, with intelligence, and if they have capital with funding to go and pursue different types of ends, right? Every ecosystem, every application, every backend service needs to be prepared to be able to service this new type of user. And if you don't, then you risk just being able to work with the human users, which will gradually and then more quickly become lesser and lesser, I expect, of the total user base for any application. These new users, they can either be human driven, so non-autonomous, they are always prompted by a human to satisfy the demands and the intentions of the human. This is something that the agent kit will be able to do. Find a route for you, build a transaction for you, and then pass it back to you for your inspection and signature. Or these can be autonomous agents who have their own memory, control their own private keys, have their own funds, and you, or the creator of said agent, gives it a purpose in life, if you will, either to do some action to help make money, or to try to meet some ends in a video game. It's your goal to beat this level, and they're going to go out and do that. So we should not be surprised that the autonomous side of agents are going to want to work with each other, probably more so than humans, because they don't sleep, they can speak every language, right? They don't care about any artificial boundaries. And yeah, it's really exciting to see these things start to take a life of their own. We're just in the first inning of autonomous agents. We're just entering we're exiting the yapper phase, as I call, of AI agents. I'm sure everyone has seen and probably annoyed by at this point the very simplistic and early AI agents that we see on Twitter that really don't do a whole lot, but a brand will launch one and it has some knowledge base and it can interact, and it's like a virtual assistant. But where we're headed is that these things are going to be able to take actions for us and actions on their own. And man, talk about a blue sky opportunity.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I suppose so. Just to add a bit more, and you mentioned, I think, something to the effect of, definitely in crypto, we're seeing, there's a massive adoption for AI and sort of a big wave of AI agents, and I think that's partly because we've been in this disruptive technology for a long time. So naturally, more disruptive technologies, we just take it in our stride. But without a doubt, I mean, agents are popping up in every single industry. And if you look at some of the sort of the CEOs, CTOs in the biggest companies in the world, they're talking about agents affecting and disrupting business operations. I think where the Web3 component is really unique, and Ed's going to love this, is how suddenly you've got agents, and it's more like social agents. So if I'm a business, I'm a Web2 business, and I want to make a particular operation more efficient, I don't need to have this agent necessarily communicate with other agents. I just need it to do its job really well, do the job of 10 humans, and save money. But with Web3, we have the ability to actually start interacting with other people.
Oh no.
I can jump in. It has the ability. Oh, is he back?
Oh no, is it cutting out?
No, you're back. You're back, mate.
Okay. Sorry. So the value exchange, that component to Web3, is what's going to take these agents to a totally different realm that they're able to go to in a traditional Web2 environment. Because with Web3, an agent can have control of his wallet. An agent can't have a bank. An agent can't have a bank to transfer fiat money. But as soon as they come into this sort of crypto space, they can start sending other agents money. They can. I might have an autonomous agent which is really great at DeFi. It's really great at trading. And then it decides, for whatever reason, it goes, well, actually, I should start posting some stuff. So he's going to find the agent which is really good at creating images and memes, and they're going to start working together, and they're going to be able to exchange. And what we're even seeing now with Web3 is you've got servers, you've got AI agents which are paying for their own server costs. So they're staking Ethereum to get some ETH back, and then they're using it to stay alive. And there's even like a whole nother world where AI agents, they're breeding with each other. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm telling you, digital life. This is digital
Yeah.
organisms with intelligence. This is
Totally, yeah. So it's exciting, and I think specifically that value exchange, which is totally unique to distributed ledger technology. Having the ability to exchange value from one entity to another, it's just opening a door of new possibilities.
In a permissionless way. They don't have to trust anyone to be able to do business with each other. DLT and blockchain, we created the best property rights system ever known to humanity. It would make sense that super intelligence via AI agents, that's going to be what they want to utilize, right? To do commerce, to do business with each other. So yeah, I think we're really primed to onboard the masters of the digital universe here, and I look forward to interacting with them and helping build a ecosystem for them to play in.
Wow, yeah, that is absolutely bonkers. Like, we were seeing a completely new economy being built out just with these AI agents. It really gets you thinking about what the future is going to look like. Obviously, it will include AI agents. So, having AI agents available on the Hedera network or able to, interact with the Hedera network is really important. And I think that's what the AI agent kit you both are working on is used for. So Ash and Jake, you both, I think, are working on this kit. Can you just tell us, what is an AI agent kit? Like, what is the objective of this goal? What will developers be able to accomplish by using this AI agent kit?
Yeah, great question. So I think it's twofold. One is programming is fundamentally changing right now. And English and maybe even your own native language, since LLMs speak many languages, but I'll just use English since my native language. English is now an accepted programming language. And your ecosystem needs to be able to support English as a programming language, just like it supports JavaScript, Java, Python, P8, whatever, right? And the agent kit is that natural language abstraction layer for you to use your LLM of choice and extract out all the programming necessary to execute transactions on Hedera, right? It's similar to what Ed demoed with the playground. That's for developers. That's for people who know how to read code, but it builds the code for the developer in a really friendly and easy way. The agent kit allows you to pass English to a new SDK, and it can figure out, with the help of OpenAI or Gemini or Claude or whatever you want to use, it can figure out what you or your user wants to do and translate that to Hedera functionality that we've built using our Hedera SDKs. And so it helps to onboard developers who want to use natural language for their users to start executing transactions on Hedera.
So just a question. So can you use it? So is the goal here to get non-developers to be able to build out these AI agents as well? Since you said like the coding language is English for this kit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Non-developers will be able to build and deploy AI agents without having to code, as well as be able to build applications where their users can use natural language to do things. For example, let's say that a wallet, there's all this functionality that continually gets introduced to Hedera, right? And there's a whole bunch of functionality that already exists in Hedera. As a wallet, either I have to create a user interface and place all that functionality somewhere, or I could, with the agent kit, I could drop in a chat interface, and now my users can just tell the wallet, tell me what they want to do without having to go through who knows how many UI elements and find this. It can just tell me what I want to do, and using the agent kit, boom, my wallet can just do that now.
Yeah, that's really.
Maybe I'm oversimplifying, Jake. Help me out here.
I mean, I think, yeah, you really hit the nail on the head. It's sort of back to my analogy earlier, where it's you've just got you're giving the large language model a toolkit. So it really is Hedera Agent Toolkit, and you can select as many tools as you want. Okay, I want my agent to be able to create NFTs, to mint them. You can select those tools. Some tools you might not need, and what it's doing is it's saying, look, if you don't have any tools, you're useless. Maybe you can come up with the name of the NFT, or what should my marketing strategy be for this NFT. You're not actually making it a reality. And I'm seeing in the comments, and we've mentioned the word, it's really about action. It's sort of the agents can, rather than suggest something, they can actually deliver it. And yeah, I mean, what we'll probably see, the wallets is a classic example, just simplifying that user interface via that chat UI. But also you can then be really niche, because you can say, right, well, I want to have an agent, and it might just be for me, and it can maybe one of its tools is Hedera stuff, but you can then take some other tools. You can say, right, well, I'm gonna have another tool which gets me latest news or something, and you can then use that agent, which now has both of these tools available, to create a sort of a synergetic new feature. And then you'll have like all of these new possibilities, which come probably more so from combining and integrating the Hedera tool set with other existing plugins and tools.
Yeah, I can jump in just for a second. What we're building right now is just like the foundational type of protocol level functionality. So create token, transfer token, check balance, associate token, airdrop token, right? Yada, yada, yada. Eventually, we're going to open this up for the community to come in and start contributing. So like what Serio Finance could do, right? Once we have the base layer built that does the foundational functionality of Hedera, we can start opening up the agent kit. So, you know, people like Phil and Sirio Finance can come in and add the functionality to build agents for their service, right? Their backend service. So now you can type into the agent, like, you know, I want to swap, or I want to do whatever Sirio Finance offers. You can do that in the agent now as well, because they've come in and they've submitted their own code to support their own functionality.
There's a point that I want to comment on, which I'm also seeing in the comments, which is what are going to be the safeguards and the security implications of that? Like, do we completely trust these agents with our value? And I think that's going to be a very interesting conversation that we'll have to keep an eye on in the space, right? Do we make these agents custodial, non-custodial? Do we have these agents build the transactions for you and come back to you with a confirmation, like we spoke, Ash? Or do you build these agents so that you just give it the intent, it figures it out, and it automatically fires it to the public network? I think that's going to be a very interesting landscape of options that we're going to have ahead of us. And, you know, we'll obviously have to build, you know, taking into account the preferences of the users and the developers.
Mika, what did you think about that segue? To throw over to Serio Finance.
Yeah, no, that was amazing, Ash. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I think, yeah, this is a conversation where I think, like, Phil, I would love to have you in the conversation. I think there's still a little more I want to touch on for the agent kits. Just like before we go into DeFi AI, which is AI and DeFi, which is our next segment. I just want to answer this question from the community, from Curtis here. So to use an AI agent for Hedera, will there be an LM that is already trained on Hedera, or do we need to train it from square one? Is there already a Hedera trained LM currently available?
Great question, Curtis, and I can tell that you're paying attention to the AI agent space right now. The way that the agent kit is currently being developed, you will be able to plug in whichever LLM you want. So OpenAI, Claude, you know, Gemini, whatever. that you would like to use. So you don't need to train. There's no special training that you need to do. It's our recommendation that you use a frontier model like ChatGPT 4.0 or something, just because they're the most capable, the most intelligent. But you won't need to do any fine tuning. You won't need to do any training, and we won't need to do it either. Maybe later this year, if enough demand presents itself and we see enough value, this is a possibility. But right now we're building this LLM agnostic.
Yeah. Just to give a bit of a sort of for those who are interested in the actual technology, how it works. Basically, what's happening behind the scenes is we've got the large language model like GPT-4, which is a really pretty good model if you give it all the information. And you're basically saying, look, we've got this function here. The function is called create token. That create token, it should take a name, it should take an initial supply, it should take the decimals, and it should take the symbol. So and then you give a bit of extra context. You go, look, these are the typical types of questions which you should be looking for in order to trigger this function. So if I then have 3 questions where I'm one saying I've got in a prompt window in the context, this is called few shot prompting. You say, okay, I want to create a token called token 1 with 100 supply. And you do that maybe 2 or 3 times. And it just helps to see, look, AI, if you see a question like this, you probably want to do this particular action. And you want to extract the name, you want to extract the symbol, and then put it in a format where that function can then be executed. It's not actually being executed inside of the large language model. The large language model is just taking the data, putting it in the right format, in a JSON format, saying that's the token name, that's the symbol, and then it's offloading it to some computer, which is then executing it, returning the answer back to the LLM. The LLM goes, okay, that's successful. That was a transaction. This is the transaction ID. Let's package that up in a nice, user-friendly, human-readable way and respond it back to the agent. So there's an element of it being offloaded to a computer or a separate part of the computer. But on the fine-tuning point, so Ash mentioned try to use sort of the state-of-the-art models. Technically, where fine-tuning could come in play is you could use a small model, like a 7 billion parameter model, or even a 3 billion parameter model. These are really small, which you can actually run on your mobile phone if you've got a decent phone. And what you can do is you can fine-tune that one so it's specific for the task. Because what we found in our investigations is that actually these smaller models, they're not very good at picking that intent and recognizing which functions are cool. But if you do some fine-tuning, that's when it will become a bit better. So potentially that's where we can look at fine-tuning and obviously tying in with some of the data provenance stuff that we've got with Prove AI and all the other AI guys in our ecosystem.
That is a service that someone could offer. If you want to take the agent kit, it's still under development, but if you wanted to eventually take the agent kit, have a fine-tuned Hedera model and run it as a service, somebody could definitely do that.
Yeah, that's super awesome. Okay, so about this agent kit, what is going on, Ash? Can the community get involved? Is there open source GitHub repo? When can we expect it to drop?
Yeah, good question. So I just sent you the open source repo, but just know that this is in very active development, daily development right now. So it is going to be changing a lot. So if you're looking to fork this repository, just know that there's a lot of changes coming on it. It should be, on a daily basis or so. Currently, the functionality is pretty limited. We've got transfer, balance, airdrop, just a couple other functionalities in there, but keep your eye, go ahead and star this repository and follow it. And yeah, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the amount of activity coming into this repo. In addition to that, we're building an ELIZA Hedera plugin for ELIZA. If you're in this space, you'll know that ELIZA is the most used and most popular open source agent framework that's utilized in the Web3 space. It includes a lot of functionality that's outside of Web3, like Telegram functionality, Twitter integrations, all sorts of stuff. So we don't have a repo for that quite yet, but all of the functionality will be first in the agent kit. So yeah, definitely keep your eye there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, the two of you, for covering this AI agents segment. That was a lot of fun and what a great conversation. And yes, so
Mika, can I just add just one thing really quickly? So when, as Ash mentioned, there's a lot of rapid development going on to get it to sort of a level where the agent covers all of the Hedera token service functionality. But once we are at quite a mature state, then definitely this is open source. Please contribute, raise pull requests. If you've got a project or you think you can, cool, it'd be nice if I've got a Hedera DApp, I want to get my functionality involved. Definitely contribute. It's a community effort first and foremost. So I want to make that, and I guess once we're at that point, we can give some sort of clear announcements and guidelines as to how can you contribute and do so in the best way.
amazing.
Yep. And we should have something usable by the time of the hackathon that Ed was mentioning. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
Couple of
right.
weeks.
Thank
Oh,
you.
like a month. Okay, cool. Very exciting. Okay, so let's bring Phil into this conversation. Okay, Phil, welcome to the stage. So
hey, appreciate you. Thanks for the invitation. Really happy to be amongst powerful minds in here.
yeah, it's so great to have you. So please just give us a little introduction about yourself and Sirio Finance. And yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm part of Serio Finance. I'm in charge of branding development, also in partnerships. I do also content. I'm also responsible with socials. So through Sirio Finance, an entity that was formed around a year ago, and it's a small team, but we're absolutely crushing it. And I feel like the narrative right now, especially for DeFi, which we'll be explaining later on, is absolutely on site and on trend.
Awesome. Thanks for the intro. So we just had an amazing conversation about AI agents. Now we're going to talk about DefAI. So can you tell us? So obviously you're representing Sirio Finance. What is going on here? Like, what is DefAI? Does it involve AI agents? What's going on?
Listen, DefAI is basically the fusion of AI with DeFi. So it's decentralized finance plus AI merged together. So it's like imagine taking all the cool disruptive stuff that the DeFi does, like lending, borrowing, trading, without needing the banks or middleman for you to supercharging it with the smarts of AI. So it's really a game changer because first off, DefAI makes DeFi much more accessible. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed, by the complexity of managing your crypto assets, like DeFi steps into with AI agents, and it can do it all for you. So that's the magic of it. Like these agents just can analyze data, market data, manage your portfolio also, even execute trades based on your preferences. It makes the whole concept and the whole journey all the much like smoother and simpler and very much less time consuming. Another big deal is personalization. Really cool because DefAI it can tailor financial services towards your specific needs. So whether you're looking for the best yield farming opportunities or you want to automate your investment strategy, AI can sift through, maintains, it can go through a lot of data, like mountains of data to give you personalized advice on actions. So yeah, it can mean higher returns for you and the entire ecosystem. And yeah.
So is it like just having like an AI agent assistant for DeFi protocols, like a chatbot, or like what is it?
It is constantly with you on this journey, accompanying you. And yeah, we can talk about it a tad later on, but it's really tailored up to your own tastes. And also it learns as you go. And if you want to learn more, of course, we are absolutely going on mainnet this Monday, 3 p.m. UTC, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So yes.
Okay, so Sirio is going live with DefAI. Can you like talk more about Sirio's approach to DefAI? Like, how will it be using AI within its protocol, and how is it going to evolve in the future? And
Yes.
what are the benefits to the users?
Of course, as DefAI is the next big leap in DeFi, where artificial intelligence isn't just like an add-on. It's just not something that you stick to something else. It's the core of our protocol, the core of who we are at Sirio. So making financial operations smarter, more secure, and also user-friendly is really paramount for us. So our unique approach is our machine learning model, which is permissionless and also arbitrary. This means we're not just using AI to react to what's happening, we're also using it to anticipate the user's needs and market shifts, which changes everything, in my opinion. Our AI helps in creating a more intuitive environment where user can interact with DeFi without needing to understand all the technology of everything that's going around and the complexity behind the scenes. So you can dive right in. The machine learning model used for risk management, especially to prevent liquidation events, may also trigger risky liquidation spirals. So that's also key. Um, I think that what really sets us apart is that we're built on the Hedera network, of course. And yeah, of course, because of the speed and scalability of it all, it makes the whole concept and the whole process really all the much more smoother. Um, because with all the AI computations that you can have, you have no bottlenecks. So it's really smoother. And this allows also for a faster user experience, in my opinion. We also go for transparency and risk awareness. Our AI model assesses risk associated with loans, providing data-driven insights to both the lenders and the borrowers. And usually on traditional DeFi project, you can't, it cannot be matched due to their reliance on static data and human oversight. But with AI, it becomes fun. And last but not least, well, about enhancing user experience, that's one of our key forefront infrastructure that we have. So you're not only just dealing with numbers on screen, you're interacting with a system that learns your behavior. That's absolutely key, and personalized fit towards your financial solutions. So definitely a game changer, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Okay, so a couple questions here. So Sirio Finance is a lending and borrowing platform powered by AI. So what does that look like for the end user? So they're interacting with your user interface. You know, they can deposit funds into a pool, they can borrow or lend assets. Where does the AI component come in, and does it change the traditional user experience when interacting with the lending and borrowing platform?
The key pitch I'm always pushing to everyone going into that way is that it empowers the users 1,000-fold. We're using the machine learning model to analyze the vast amounts of data. It is in real time. That's so powerful because it includes market condition, asset volatility, liquidity of millions of historical loans and data points before. So our AI model trained with this comprehensive data set, and it predicts the probability of a loan facing liquidation. It changes the whole game. In terms of what's unique in our approach is that instead of just reacting to when liquidation thresholds are about to hit, the AI comes in and saying, hey, there's something that's about to happen. It warns the user. So it calculates the risk of liquidation for each and every single loan. And if there's a high chances, it alerts the users before the situation becomes critical. So it gives you, the user, the chance to adjust your position by either adding more collateral, reducing the debt, so you're avoiding a liquidation. And also, our model isn't just to stop warning; it is designed to continuously learning as you go. As it processes new data, it refines its predictions, so it's becoming much more accurate over time, almost sentient. So this adaptive nature helps in maintaining protocol stability for sure by reducing the frequency of impact of liquidations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, I've got a question. Let's assume that the AI agent identifies like a potential liquidation situation for the user. Is there a push notification, or how does it communicate with the user that A, you know, there may be a liquidation event, and B, maybe they need to take action? And does it create like a transaction format, build a transaction, submit to the user, like, hey, if you'd like to, you know, cover or whatever, press this button to sell?
Everything is proposed to you your way in terms of notification and path to cake. So when something happens or occurs, there's a notification like being reported, and it says, "Hey, this is about to happen," and what would be the best course of action for you to be going. But yeah, you are very much free to come to our mainnet on Monday, if you will. That'd be great.
Phil, can you share that link so I can post it in the comments?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Okay, so this is super cool. So we're seeing AI penetrating DeFi to augment the user experience, to increase the probability of success for the users. So in a broader sense, like across the industry, how do you see DeFi AI impacting the existing DeFi landscape on a grand scale?
On a gram scale, I think in terms of real world impact, most success story like from Serial involves like AI driven risk management. So we had we had a scenario where market volatility spiked unexpectedly because that happens, which was threatening numerous loans with liquidations. So our AI system came into play and just not only like predicted this shift, but also alerted the user in time to adjust collateral or debt and positions. As a result, we saw 80% reduction in forced liquidation compared to similar events on other platforms. So it saved the users from potential losses, but also stabilize the protocols, the liquidity pool, and showcase again that AI absolutely can mitigate systemic risks. Another cool thing is that we have a dynamic interest rate model. So unlike traditional DeFi models where rates are either fixed or follow simple algorithms, our AI adjusts rates in real time, which is really cool because considering factors like liquidity, demand, risk, and profile, this really helps like the user with new capital on our platform. And again, it demonstrates how AI can really optimize financial operations and efficiency and attractiveness.
Yeah, wow, that is amazing. There's so much happening in crypto and in AI, and it's moving so quickly. So, what is your prediction for the future of AI in DeFi? Like, where do you see it taking us?
I think it will be absolutely everywhere. I see AI transforming DeFi, of course, into something where even those new to the crypto can dive in confidently. Again, like being empowered by what they're using directly with very much less friction, because that's what AI does, in my opinion. It adds up to the whole pot, but also what it does is that it removes friction for you to have a better experience right on the get-go, even though you're not an aficionado of crypto, Web3, or this whole ecosystem we're all in. So it's really about changing everything, and um, that's why we're at the forefront. You know, we like to be there, and we are continuously trying to build a better landscape, and it's looking crazy, and the good kind of crazy.
Awesome. We love to hear it. Okay, we have another question from Curtis. What assets will Serio support at launch?
Yeah, all the big dogs. So Sauce for sure, HBAR Suite, HBAR X. They're pretty much all there. All the information also over our Twitter. And yeah, all the big dogs are going to be there. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that.
That's a pleasure.
Ash and Jake, do you have any comments or questions on DefAI?
Not any questions. Just really excited that this. I think this is going to be our first DefAI or Agent Fire, whatever we're going to start calling this thing, on Hedera that I'm aware of. And I've been working with the Sirio team just loosely in the background a bit. So I'm really excited about what they're building and can't wait to check it out.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Super exciting. Lots of exciting things coming to Hedera. So I think this wraps up the community call. We covered a lot. So we covered Hederacon happening in Denver on the 25th of February. We covered the hackathon bounties that will be available for the ETH Global Hackathon during the same time period. We covered the new developer playground, so be sure to check that out, as well as AI agents, the new agent key coming up, and then DefAI with Sirio here. So this has been an incredible conversation. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much to all of the speakers who came on today to share their insights. And thank you so much to the community for being here and tuning in and supporting Hedera. We are so excited about the future with everyone here. So thanks, all the speakers, and we will see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mika.
Have a great day. Give it a quick
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, everyone.